There comes a moment in every person's life when they realize that nothing is going to change unless they do. Not tomorrow, not next week, not when everything feels perfect, but right now. Because the truth is simple and uncomfortable. The life you are living today is a result of the choices you made yesterday. And the life you will live tomorrow depends on what you choose today. There is a dangerous lie that most people believe, and it quietly destroys their dreams every single day. That lie is this: I will start when I feel motivated. It sounds harmless, even logical, but in reality, it is the reason why so many people stay stuck, stay average, and never reach their true potential. Motivation is a feeling, and like all feelings, it comes and goes. Some days you wake up energized, excited, ready to conquer the world. But other days, you feel tired, distracted, and unmotivated. If your actions depend on how you feel, then your life will always be inconsistent. You will move forward one day and fall back the next. You will start strong and quit halfway. And over time, that pattern will become your identity. Now understand this clearly. Successful people do not rely on motivation. They rely on discipline, because discipline is not a feeling. It is a decision. It is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Think about it. The alarm rings early in the morning. Your mind immediately starts negotiating. Just 5 more minutes. You can start tomorrow. You deserve rest. That voice will always be there. It will always try to pull you back into comfort. But discipline is the voice that says, get up anyway. Not because it feels good, but because it matters. And that is where most people fail. They choose comfort over growth. They choose ease over effort. They choose temporary pleasure over long-term success. But every time you choose comfort, you are also choosing to stay the same. Discipline requires sacrifice. It requires you to give up things that feel good now for something greater later. It requires you to show up when it's hard, when it's boring, when no one is watching. Because real growth does not happen in moments of excitement. It happens in moments of resistance. You don't build strength by doing what is easy. You build it by pushing through what is difficult. When you go to work, even when you're tired, when you study, even when you're distracted, when you keep going, even when progress feels slow, that is discipline in action. And here is the truth that many people avoid. You will not always feel inspired. You will not always feel ready. There will be days when you doubt yourself, when you question your path, when everything feels heavy. But those are the days that matter the most, because those are the days that test who you really are. Anyone can work hard when they feel good. Anyone can stay focused when everything is easy. But it takes a different level of mindset to stay committed when things get tough. That is what separates winners from everyone else. Discipline builds trust within yourself. Every time you do what you said you would do, you strengthen your confidence. You prove to yourself that you are reliable, that you are capable, that you are in control. But every time you break your own promises, you weaken that trust. You start to doubt yourself. You start to believe that you are not consistent, that you are not strong enough. So the question is not whether you feel motivated today. The real question is, will you act anyway? Because your future is not created by your feelings. It is created by your actions. The small things you do daily, they shape your life. Waking up on time, putting in the effort, staying focused. These may seem small, but over time, they create massive results. People often look at successful individuals and think they are different, gifted, or lucky. But what they don't see is the discipline behind the scenes. The early mornings, the late nights, the sacrifices, the repetition. They don't see the days when those people didn't feel like continuing, but did it anyway. That is the hidden truth of success. It is not glamorous. It is not always exciting. It is consistent, repetitive, and sometimes even boring. But it works. And here is something powerful to remember. Discipline gives you freedom. At first, it feels restrictive. It feels hard. It feels uncomfortable. But over time, it gives you control over your life. It gives you results. It gives you confidence. While others are controlled by their moods, you are controlled by your purpose. Imagine becoming the kind of person who does not need motivation to act. Imagine being so disciplined that no matter how you feel, you still move forward. That is power. That is transformation. So starting today, stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for motivation to magically appear. Instead, build discipline. Start small if you have to, but start consistently. Do what needs to be done, again and again, until it becomes who you are. Because in the end, it is not motivation that will change your life. It is discipline that will carry you through every obstacle, every setback, and every challenge. And once you master that, nothing can stop you. There is one word that has the power to stop dreams, destroy confidence, and keep people trapped in a life they were never meant to live. That word is failure. The fear of failure is so strong that it prevents people from even trying. It whispers in your mind, what if you lose? What if you embarrass yourself? What if you're not good enough? And instead of facing those questions, most people choose to stay where it feels safe. But safety comes at a cost. When you avoid failure, you also avoid growth. When you refuse to take risks, you refuse to discover your true potential. And over time, that comfort zone becomes a cage, a place where nothing breaks, but nothing grows either. You need to understand something deeply. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. Every successful person you admire has failed more times than you can imagine. They have been rejected, doubted, criticized, and defeated. But the difference is, they did not let failure define them. They used it. Failure is feedback. It shows you what doesn't work. It reveals your weaknesses. It forces you to improve. Without failure, there is no learning. Without learning, there is no progress. Think about how a child learns to walk. They fall again and again. They stumble, they cry, they struggle. But they never say, maybe walking is not for me. They keep trying until they succeed. Somewhere along the way, we lose that mindset. We start fearing the very thing that once helped us grow. The truth is, failure only becomes permanent when you stop trying. As long as you keep moving forward, every setback is temporary. Every mistake is just a step closer to success. But most people take failure personally. They think, I failed, so I must be a failure. That is not true. Failing at something does not make you a failure as a person. It simply means you are learning, evolving, and pushing your limits. When you start seeing failure as a lesson instead of a loss, everything changes. You stop being afraid to take chances. You stop overthinking every decision. You start acting with courage, knowing that even if things don't go as planned, you will gain something valuable. And let's be honest, growth is uncomfortable. Improvement is not easy. If it were, everyone would be successful. But the reason most people stay where they are is because they are not willing to go through the discomfort of failing. Failure humbles you. It tests your patience. It challenges your mindset. But it also builds resilience. It makes you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for what lies ahead. Imagine a life where you never fail. That would mean you never tried anything difficult. You never stepped outside your comfort zone. You never challenged yourself. That is not a life of success. That is a life of limitation. The people who achieve greatness are not those who avoid failure. They are the ones who face it head on. They take risks. They put themselves out there. And when they fall, they get back up, stronger than before. There is power in persistence. There is strength in continuing when everything inside you wants to quit. Because every time you rise after a failure, you prove something to yourself. That you are capable, that you are resilient, that you are not defined by one moment. And here is something important to remember. People will judge you whether you try or not. They will criticize you whether you succeed or fail. So you might as well take the risk. You might as well go after what you want. Because at the end of the day, the pain of regret is far greater than the pain of failure. Failure teaches you something. Regret leaves you wondering, what if, for the rest of your life. So don't be afraid to fail. Be afraid of never trying. Be afraid of staying the same. Be afraid of living a life where you let fear control your decisions. Every great achievement comes with a story of struggle, of setbacks, of moments when giving up felt easier than continuing. But those who succeed are the ones who refuse to quit. They understood that failure is not a sign to stop. It is a sign to grow. It is a sign to adjust, to learn, and to come back stronger. So the next time you fail, don't see it as the end. See it as a beginning, a chance to improve, a chance to become better than you were before. Because failure is not there to break you, it is there to build you, if you have the courage to face it. There is a moment in life that separates those who stay stuck from those who rise, and that moment is when a person decides to stop blaming everything and everyone around them and starts taking full responsibility for their own life. It is not an easy moment. In fact, it is one of the hardest decisions you will ever make, because it requires honesty. It requires you to look at your life as it is, not as you wish it were, and accept that where you are today is, in many ways, a result of your own choices. Now, this does not mean that life has been fair to you. It does not mean that you have not faced challenges, struggles, or pain. Everyone has a story. Everyone has been through something difficult. But responsibility is not about blaming yourself for everything that has happened. It is about taking control of what happens next. Because the moment you blame others, you give away your power. When you say, "It's because of them," or "It's because of my situation," you are also saying, "I cannot change it." And if you believe you cannot change it, you will never even try. Blame feels comfortable. It protects your ego. It gives you an excuse to stay where you are. But comfort is the enemy of growth. As long as you keep pointing fingers, you will remain stuck in the same place, repeating the same patterns, living the same life. Taking responsibility, on the other hand, is uncomfortable. It forces you to face your habits, your decisions, your mindset. It asks you to admit that maybe you could have done better, tried harder, or chosen differently. But within that discomfort lies your greatest strength, the power to change. When you take responsibility, everything shifts. You stop waiting for someone to save you. You stop expecting opportunities to come knocking on your door. Instead, you start creating them. You begin to realize that no matter how limited your circumstances may seem, you still have control over your effort, your attitude, and your direction. You control how you spend your time. You control what you focus on. You control how you respond to challenges. And those small choices, repeated daily, shape your entire life. It is easy to say, "I don't have enough time." But the truth is, everyone has the same 24 hours. It is not about having time. It is about making time. It is about choosing what matters and prioritizing it, even when it is inconvenient. It is easy to say, "I don't have the right opportunities." But opportunities are often created through action, not given freely. When you start working on yourself, improving your skills, and putting yourself out there, doors begin to open, not by luck, but by effort. It is easy to say, "I am not ready," but no one ever feels completely ready. Readiness comes from doing, not waiting. The longer you wait, the further you drift from your goals. Responsibility means you stop making excuses. You stop delaying. You stop settling. You decide that your dreams are worth the effort, worth the sacrifice, and worth the struggle. And here is the powerful part. When you take responsibility, you also take back control of your future. You are no longer a victim of your circumstances. You become the creator of your path. Think about the difference between these two mindsets. One says, "This is happening to me." The other says, "I will do something about it." One keeps you passive. The other makes you active. One keeps you stuck. The other moves you forward. The world does not reward excuses. It rewards action. It rewards those who show up, who work hard, who stay consistent even when things are not perfect. And yes, it will be difficult. There will be days when you feel overwhelmed, when progress feels slow, when doubt creeps into your mind. But responsibility means you keep going anyway. You remind yourself that no one else is going to live your life for you. No one else is going to fight your battles. You have to be the one who steps up. You have to be the one who pushes forward. You have to be the one who decides that enough is enough. Because at the end of the day, your life is your responsibility. Your success is your responsibility. Your happiness is your responsibility. No one else can do the work for you. No one else can make the decisions for you. And once you truly accept that, something powerful happens. You stop waiting, and you start acting. You begin to understand that you don't need perfect conditions to start. You don't need approval from others. You don't need everything to be figured out. All you need is the willingness to take the first step and the courage to keep going. And step by step, decision by decision, action by action, you begin to build a life that reflects your effort, your discipline, and your commitment. That is the power of responsibility. It doesn't just change your circumstances, it changes you.